Join me in the kitchen as I do a quick grocery haul and some meal prepping. If you're new, I'm Amy. I am a wife and a mom to a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, and I love to share what I'm cooking over here for my family. So I went to Trader Joe's and I also did a pickup from Jewel. So we have some groceries that I will show you, and I'm gonna be doing some prepping. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we did a pickup from Jewel, so I'm gonna do a quick haul for that now. I didn't get too much here. So I got 2 things of corn. These were actually a lot cheaper than getting like just the ears of corn, so I got that. This we will probably grill or just boil. I've also seen people cook it in the microwave, and it can just, like, it's really easy to peel. I can't do that with this because it's already been shucked, but it seems like a really good way to do it. Raspberries, these have been really good lately, and both of my kids really like them. I got 2 things of raspberries, 2 things of strawberries. I also got 4 zucchini. We're probably gonna grill that. I did make a really good like zucchini and Gruyere pasta recipe last week or the week before. That was really, really good. I will link that video below in case you're interested. We also got cauliflower. I thought this would be really good to have with lunch, just as like a raw veggie side, along with some carrots. I got honeydew. I got a cantaloupe. I got some spinach. I'm actually going to just freeze this entire thing. We've been having smoothies more often just because it's warmer. And I think I'll just put these in like individual bags and freeze it up. I'll probably save some in the fridge for eggs and that sort of thing, but I'll freeze the bulk of it. I also got some Greek vanilla yogurt. I saw a really good sounding recipe for like chocolate fudge pops. Like when I was a kid, I used to eat fudgicles at my grandma's house, and that kind of reminded me of it. And it's vanilla Greek yogurt, chocolate, avocado. I think it's maple syrup. I'll probably include that in this video. I'm gonna do a little bit of meal prep, but I got some of these rolls. I'm gonna be doing like a veggie and cheese like grilled sandwich. I thought that would be perfect for it. I got some cheddar. This will just kind of cut up to eat for snacks, probably for the kids. A few shallots, a mango. This is kind of a sad looking mango, and I did only get 1, but that's okay. My husband loves mangoes. I got a few limes. They were on a really good sale, and I think I might be using that for a salad this week. We're gonna be having tacos. I have some meat in the freezer. Apricot. I think I'm gonna pair the apricots with some cheese. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, and I think I'm gonna do like a really, really small charcuterie with cheese, crackers, apricots, and maybe even like dessert all in the same one. Grapefruit. My husband has been loving grapefruit. And then I also got some frozen strawberries. We love using this for oatmeal, for smoothies, just even on top of yogurt as a side by itself, like thawed. And that's everything from Jewel. When we get back from Trader Joe's, I will show you that as well. These are the first 3 items from Trader Joe's I'm gonna show you. My toddler is over there having a snack, if you can hear that. But I got these. I've never had them, but they sounded good. They're 370 calories per sandwich. We got some of these for our little 4th of July barbecue tomorrow, some frozen cherries. It's really great. Again, in oatmeal, smoothies, you know, anything like that. I'm gonna go ahead, put these away, and then I'll show you everything else that we got. Here's everything else we got from Trader Joe's. I do have meat in the freezer, beans in the freezer, and some other things that we're gonna be eating this week. And I also kept the meal plan pretty simple just because I am still kind of getting over sickness. And then also some of the more snacky things are for our little get together tomorrow night with my sister and brother-in-law. So I got a couple of cheeses for tomorrow. So this cheddar from New Zealand, this cheddar with Scotch bonnet. I also got some mozzarella. That's for a flatbread kind of pizza I'm going to be doing. Provolone, and then Parmesan, and then I really like this pub cheese. I got some vanilla overnight oats. These are really good. I think they're a little bit higher in points and they're a little bit higher in calories, but super good, especially if you want like a quick breakfast or a snack that's a bit higher in points and calories. Butter. I got some eggs. I also got mushrooms for pasta. Applesauce. I love having these in the individual portions because it's super convenient for my kids. Instead of going out to eat tonight, we're going to eat these burritos. So I got a breakfast burrito and a black bean burrito. They're each 600 calories. And we thought that'd be kind of a nice alternative to going out to eat. Got this herb salad mix. We love this salad mix. It's really, really tasty. I also got this black pepper, or this barbecue and black pepper Toscano chopped salad. This is new. I've never seen it before. And the ingredients look really great. And here is the nutrition information, in case you're interested in that. I like to have like peeled garlic, and then I just freeze it. It's a really convenient way to store garlic without getting like the pre-minced garlic. I also use ground garlic a lot. I got some baby potatoes, some bananas, some sourdough. This is for tomorrow night. I've never seen or heard of these, but they look really good. And they're 350 calories each. We did get some soft pretzels. We got some golden round crackers. We really like those. Moving on to this side of the counter, we got some onions, got some flatbread. I'm going to be making some like flatbread pizzas this week, so I really like this option. I think these are 7 points each, and they're 350 calories, but I could be wrong on the points. I also got some mac and cheese. I got some pasta for a pasta salad I'm going to be making. I saw a really good pasta salad on Instagram. It sounds really good. It's like with a basil vinaigrette and some veggies, and then just some fusilli. My husband got these. I've never seen these before. They sound really good. 200 calories for a serving. My husband really likes these chili lime chips. I think they're really spicy. So if you like heat, you'd probably like those. And then I really like these sour cream and onion rings. I think they're really good. They remind me of Funyuns, but they have like a seasoning on the outside, whereas Funyuns don't really have like a powdery seasoning, but they're really, really good. These oats have quinoa, chia seeds, and ground flax seeds, so they just have more fiber. I've already started cooking over here, but I have not started meal prepping yet. So I do have a bunch of dirty dishes and some corn over there. The corn we'll also eat during the week, but I did make a pasta salad recipe, and that video will come up pretty soon. But I'm gonna get started on these chocolate avocado pudding pops. I thought that sounded really good. We do have avocado that I put in the fridge that need to be used up, and I also thought this would be like a healthy but also really tasty snack. So I will take you along as I make that. I'm gonna make it for my kids as well, so I have a couple different popsicle molds that I'll use, but I'm really excited to try this. So I'm gonna make it, and then whenever it hardens and freezes, I'll also show you how it looks then. I'm gonna double this recipe, but first I'm gonna put in the avocados. I have these like mini avocados, so I'm gonna use 3. The original recipe calls for 1, but since I'm doubling it, I'm gonna use 3. This will be a good test because I don't actually like avocado. Okay, I'm gonna add in a cup of, this is non-fat vanilla Greek yogurt, a couple tablespoons of honey, and some nut butter, and some cocoa powder. That's everything. I'm gonna give it a blend. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and fill it. I just washed these, but I will say this isn't overly sweet, so definitely add like maple syrup or sugar-free maple syrup or extra honey or whatever. I only did half the amount of sweetener as the recipe called for. You can see it is really thick. It's like a pudding texture. I'm sure you could just eat it like pudding. So I'm gonna make a couple of big ones and 4 small ones for my kids, and I'll see how many I have. These taste really good. Like I said, not overly sweet. My pile of dishes is getting even bigger, but I ended up making 5 of the bigger size, 3 of the smaller. I couldn't find the lid for the other one, so I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the freezer. And I will say I just used these specific ingredients just because I felt comfortable using them with my kids, but you could definitely use non-fat plain Greek yogurt, add some vanilla extract and maybe a little bit of extra sweetener. Skip the almond butter, that is optional. You could also use like sugar-free sweetener, like sugar-free maple syrup or something like that. But I'm really excited to give these a try. I was browsing for different recipes that I wanted to do for lunch, and I came across a caramelized onion and potato flatbread. I thought this sounded unique. I've never really made anything like this, so I'm gonna give that a try. So basically I'm just caramelizing onions, cooking some potatoes, and then I'm just gonna put everything on a flatbread. So I'm really excited to give this a try. I think this will be a really tasty meal prep, and I think it will kind of do really well just sitting in the fridge for a few days. I like to meal prep for like 2 to 4 days for lunch. That way I have some variety and have something really quick and ready to go for the week. I also thought I would show you my setup really quickly in case this helps any of you. I saw my friend on Instagram. She always has like a bowl for garbage, any sort of peels or ends of fruits and veggies that you don't want. Instead of opening the garbage every single time, I've just been using this bowl. And I also have a towel laying out that I'm putting my washed veggies on, so that way they can kind of dry a tiny bit. And I also just kind of have a place to put them right after I wash them and before I chop them. I'm gonna go ahead and slice up my onion. I'm using 4 just because these are very, very small. I just wanted to show you that I'm still using this paper towel trick. If you haven't seen that before, I basically take a wet paper towel, put it in front of the cutting board, so in front of where I'm cutting the onion. It really helps me not to cry when I'm cutting up onions. I have just about a teaspoon of olive oil in the pan. I'm gonna put the onions in. And I'm actually also gonna add a little bit of water. To caramelize onions, you could add like a lot of butter or oil, or you could also just caramelize them with water. I'm gonna do a combination of both. It does take quite a while to caramelize, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to, whenever the liquid gets down too low, I'll add a little bit more water, but it's probably gonna take like 20 or 30 minutes to caramelize. But I don't have to stand here and stir constantly. I'm just gonna set it aside and go slice up the potatoes. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and slice them up fairly thin. I just thought I would bring you over to the onions so you can see they are looking translucent and soft. There's still a little bit of liquid left, but not much. This is my first time stirring, and it's been cooking for about 10 minutes or so. So they don't really involve a lot of like time at the stove. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more water, and then I'll just keep cooking it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lay all the potatoes on this parchment lined baking sheet. I don't really want these to be crispy. I want them to stay pretty soft, so I don't mind if they're like crowded or even kind of on top of one another a tiny bit, but I'm gonna try to make them even. I'm gonna spray them with some olive oil spray, and I'm just gonna season them very simply with garlic and salt. I'm gonna bake these in the oven at 400. I'll check them in about 15 minutes and see how they're doing. The onions are still cooking away back there, but next I'm gonna go ahead and slice up this mozzarella. I'm just going to slice it in circles and then I think quarter those. And that's the last thing I'm gonna do for right now while everything is just kind of cooking. My husband's out with my girls at the park and they're gonna be home any minute, and I need to get lunch on the table for them. I will pick this back up in a bit. At this point, the onions are starting to get a bit yellow. They're really soft and cooked through, so I want them to caramelize and brown up, so I'm not adding any more water. So I will stir them more regularly now and look at caramelized. So we finished lunch and I'm just going to assemble the flatbreads. I'm not gonna cook them. I'm just gonna cook them each day in the toaster oven. So that's what I'm gonna do, just because I don't want to heat up the kitchen any longer, and I also think that would be a good way to get them nice and hot when we actually eat them. So I'm also gonna top them with this balsamic glaze. I'm gonna go ahead and assemble them. So I'm just doing a flatbread. I'm gonna do a little bit of olive oil spray. If you're tracking, what I did was I just weighed out each component so that way I know how much I'm putting on each one. And there it is. I can't wait to try this. I think this will be perfect to throw in the toaster oven. You could also throw it in the oven. You could put it in the air fryer, anything. Just throw another one together really quickly. Here are all of the potatoes I have left over. I also have some caramelized onions left, just a little bit. And I have one of these naans. As I was putting away the flatbreads, I thought that hot honey would be really good on them as well. So I think I'll just kind of mix it up, and some days I'll do the balsamic glaze, some days hot honey. I think the hot with the sweet flavor would be really good on there as well. So I did end up making 7, and I have decided to just make some fried eggs. I think I'll probably put them on toast or on an English muffin or something like that throughout the week. I'm gonna get started on the fried eggs. I did look it up, and fried eggs will last in the fridge cooked for 3 to 4 days. So I'm gonna put a piece of cheese down under each, where I'm gonna put each egg. In the next batch, I'm just gonna do half pieces. Here they are. I just put them in this glass Pyrex container. I'm gonna store them in the fridge. So this is 4 hours after I made it. You can see that the stick just comes right out and the actual pudding pop doesn't stick to it. So the next night, my husband and I had another one, and I realized if I put it under warm water, like under hot water, then it actually stuck to the stick. So I would highly recommend doing that. I also gave my girls them, and I put theirs under hot water as well, and that came out really clean and really easily. So I would say I would definitely recommend using hot water to get these out, just because otherwise the stick doesn't always like stay with the pudding pop. But I would really recommend these. I mean, they're really good, especially if you want kind of like a filling snack that's full of fiber and healthy fat. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you're new, I'd love to have you. I love to share what I'm cooking over here in my kitchen. I do post every single week, so I'll see you next week. Bye.